Well, I also am quite impressed with everything that has been going on already. I don't know if it's just our lack of time or ability to get this overview or if I missed something, but the director mentioned a plan, and I don't know how detailed that plan is or if it's just a general overarching management plan. But I did hear from, or I interpreted, someone else interpreted, I understood that some of the local people here might be interested in involvement in shaping what happens in their general area. And I really encourage the natural scenic area to, if it isn't the role of that entity to facilitate, that they find an entity that is involved in enough of the local communities that they can facilitate that interaction, because it is just critical that people understand more the details and the ideas that are being floated around that may be wonderful ideas, but if you don't inform people or allow them to comment on them, then you'll be possibly building fear into a process that doesn't need it at all. So that would be one very strong suggestion I would make to you, and I've certainly learned that through experience. But I am so impressed. I wrote down many things that I hope to take back and implement in terms of how you communicate with your stakeholders as well. So it's certainly that I'm not just suggesting one way. I was the professor that spoke on the oriental storks. I liked very much the flyers that they produced on their accomplishments and who did what and how far they'd gotten on their action plans and, you know, what points they checked off the list. And I think that's a wonderful and important thing to celebrate your accomplishments and what's left to do, what work is left to do. So I hope to take that home with me. It is encouraging to me to know that people all around the world are really focusing on a healthy environment as kind of the baseline or the foundation that you build everything else on. The environment is what we all, whenever we came to an area, what we rely on to survive. And so a healthy environment, I think of as like the baseline or the foundation. The local community and the culture is really the walls if you are building a safety or a structure of some kind. The local community and the culture of the area is really your walls. It's what builds the framework of anything you present, whether it's the wildlife or the cultural trade or the industry of the native people. And then the ecotourism really is more of the roof or the protection of the structure that keeps everything in line, maybe, because we all understand that funding or economic benefits are what will help sustain the environment, will help sustain our cultures. So they don't act independently, and I prefer that type of visualization over the triangle, because the triangle gives them equal weight and not like a building block visual. And you lose one piece of any triangle and you've lost the connection. And so I prefer the idea that, you know, our environment is our home and we build up from there, just in terms of presentation. But I would recommend that possibly you implement things similar, and I'm certainly willing to get you in touch with the right people or provide that information myself on the wetland review process, because it's a fascinating 2 or 3 day event that really does go to the local level and use area expertise and use regional expertise as well as community members to flesh out some of the details of what you'd like to do where on your wetland system. But I think you all are doing some wonderful things here, and you're certainly not just starting. You have accomplished a lot, and you probably need one of those flyers for yourself as well. Thank you.
So I keep thinking that your National Wildlife Refuge was established in 1939, and the case that Fiona presented, the National Wildlife Pea Island, 1939, and the National Scenic Area a handful of years ago, and the progress that's been made in such a rapid time is amazing. And I think that, as you point out, there's much to share, and I keep thinking now, we had the celebration of the sister schools this morning, and I would like to float the idea that the National Scenic Area become a sister with Bosque del Apache, and that we have some exchange over the next time of the experts here and their successes and experts there. I think it would be hugely productive. Anyway, and it's not my turn. I'm the moderator. That's why I'm a terrible moderator.
Well, I would just add that we would welcome you as our guest at any time.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Happe,